show host, anchor, interviewer from Maharashtra, from the state of Maharashtra, Mr. Sudhir Gadgil, was once being interviewed, and the host asked him a question. The question was, how do you look at communication, or how do you define communication? I remember Sudhir sir had, in his own wonderful style, had given a brilliant answer, which I found to be something which one can think about. That answer was, या हृदयीचं त्या हृदयी थेट संभाषण is samvad or communication. Just to translate that, whatever this soul feels when it gets transferred, when those expressions, those words get transferred to the other soul, that is how we can define communication. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, in whichever part of the world that you are, and welcome to Learnamytes, where learning is for all and all that we do is for learning. Today's episode, since I started with this little example, or rather an experience of Mr. Sudhir Gadgil, who is one of my favorite anchors or interviewers or talk show hosts, I want to talk about a few popular talk show hosts, the program, and what is it that one can learn from them in terms of communication. I'm very happy that the interviews that we have screened so far on the Learnamytes channel, of course, we are really thankful to all the interviewees. So, whatever that we have screened, people have always appreciated them, and that made me think that have I built this style or have I learned from some people? So, I think let me share some wonderful experiences and stories about them. So, the first one was this talk show called Jeena Isi Ka Naam Hai, which was very popular in the 90s and which was screened on ZTV. The wonderful anchor was the late actor, the brilliant actor, Farooq Sheikh. What I particularly liked about Farooq Bhai's style, God bless his soul, was he used to make the guest extremely comfortable. He had great command over the language of English, over the language of Urdu, and of course Hindi. So as to make the guest extremely comfortable, it literally used to feel as if he's communicating not only with the guest but with the audience as well. I still remember one of the episodes. So if I have to name some popular episodes which I found really good and you can watch them, one of them was a great episode with Shah Rukh Khan. I believe it was one of Shah Rukh Khan's earlier interviews. The other episode was by the comedy legend, was with the comedy legend Johnny Lever sir. So how to make the guest comfortable is what communication is all about, or rather, in simple words, how to build rapport. So that's the first show, Jeena Isi Ka Naam Hai. The second show that I can think of is being screened on YouTube. It has a lot of fan following, and recently this season, a new season has also started. The name of the show is Breakfast with Champions, of course hosted by the affable, the energetic, the enthusiastic Gaurav Kapoor, who's also, I believe, one of the faces of the IPL. So, what is so unique about Gaurav Kapoor is I think the episodes are very well researched. One can see through that these are not the interviews which are given by the SportStars, because mostly the people who are there on Breakfast with Champions are mostly from the world of sports and mostly cricketers, because that is where Gaurav Kapoor has been associated with the sport of cricket. So what I like about his style is it feels as if two friends are chatting, talking. He cracks jokes. He asks them a few personal questions as well, but never ever he crosses the line. Never ever he comes across as intimidating. Some of the episodes which I would recommend, where I found and I could see that there was that camaraderie, even though there has been an age gap, but there was that camaraderie which Gaurav Kapoor had with these wonderful people. One of the episodes was with the Little Master, the original Little Master, and one of the best ones I would say. The iconic Sunil Gavaskar sir. The other was with none other than Bharat Ratna Sachin Tendulkar. It was a two-part episode. Then, of course, the one and only Virat Kohli, which I loved. I think both the episodes were amazing. And then there was another episode with the legendary left-arm spinner Bishan Singh Bedi sir. All these episodes were superb. And of course, most of the episodes are always hilarious. Episodes with Ashish Nehra, it was full of fun, frolic, and at the same time, all these Gaurav would ask them questions that would make the guest reflect and share a few things from their life. So this is something which I loved about Gaurav Kapoor. Now the third talk show which comes to my mind is Rendezvous with Simi Garewal. So Simi ma'am, who herself is an accomplished actor, and this show was very popular again in the 90s, was being screened on Star Plus, and later on, of course, quite a few episodes are available on YouTube as well. My father used to tell me that if you really want to learn the language of English, or you really want to learn language, intonations, you know, where to take a pause, or there is something in communication what we call as pause part punch, you need to watch Simi Garewal. So Simi Man's English, impeccable English. You can see that. She was someone who used to reflect, who used to ask a lot of reflective questions, again without getting intimidated. And the guest used to think, they used to ponder, and the answers given by the guest were amazing life lessons, I would say. If I have to name my favorites from Rendezvous with Simi Garewal, I think one of them was this episode with late Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha. It was a very good episode. We could see the non-political side of J. Jayalalitha, and I think that credit goes to Simi ma'am. The second episode which I can think of, which is my favorite, my personal favorite, is I think it's a two-part or a three-part episode with Dev Saab, the evergreen Devanand, and yes, with the Bachchan family, with Mr. Bachchan, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, with Jaya Bachchan, with Abhishek Bachchan and Shweta Bachchan. It was a three-part or a four-part series episode. Brilliant. The last one, I would just like to conclude before I name a few honorable mentions, is this Marathi show, Marathi talk show, or which I love, is called Dil Ke Kareeb. The host is an accomplished Marathi actor. Her name is Sulekha Talwalkar, and I think she is brilliant. She's doing a wonderful job, and never ever her interview literally feels as if two friends are chatting, and it never feels that there's an interview going on. It's a heart-to-heart interaction. Remember, at the during the start of the video, I said samvad. So in the true spirit of samvad, in the true spirit of interview, these interviews are very, very heartfelt. I would say if one has to learn listening, listening is one of the most important aspects of communication. One of the most important aspects. If one has to learn listening, then I think you need to watch a few episodes of Dil Ke Kareeb and learn this art of listening, which I think, being a wonderful actor herself, Sulekha Di has acquired that style. Well, it is my dream that I would like to have Simi Garewal ma'am, Gaurav Kapoor, and of course Sulekha Di on Learnamytes, and I hope it happens very soon. But I think all these hosts, you can learn the art of listening from them, the art of questioning without getting intimidated, how do you make the guests comfortable, how to build rapport with people while communicating. You might remember one of our early episodes on communication, so you might want to watch that episode. So whatever was missing in that episode, in the sense, whatever happened during the role play, all those mistakes, you can see that these wonderful people, they rectify those mistakes. In fact, they take it to the next level. The communication is what I meant. So that's it from my end. But before we close, I would like to mention or just talk about a few honorable mentions, if I may use the word which is typically common on in the YouTube videos. So one of them is, of course, this wonderful person, Syed Mohammad Irfan, whose show Guftagu. It was screened on Rajya Sabha TV, and I think most of the videos are also available on YouTube. So that is something which I found to be amazing. The other show which I also admired and which I also liked was Kuch Bhi Ho Sakta Hai with Anupam Kher, where he interviewed a number of Bollywood stars. And then I would also like to say that in a way, Aapki Adalat is also, again, by the iconic Rajat Sharma. I found it to be very good, and one can also learn the art of communication, the way in which Mr. Sharma conducts the show with a certain kind of elan or with a certain kind of pause. And he uses one of the most important techniques of communication, silence. So he knows where to remain silent and let the guest reflect. So that's it from my end. These are things which I thought I should share with you, because this is related to communication, and communication is something which I feel is extremely important for our professional as well as our personal growth. So please like and share this video as much as you can in your network. Please let us know which are your favorite talk show hosts or which are your favorite talk shows. And from all these wonderful people that I spoke about, which episodes did you like the most? And we'll be more than happy. So this is Girish signing off. Like I said, please like and share this episode in your network as much as you can. And please subscribe Learnamytes. Press the bell icon for weekly notifications. Thank you.